Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Pure Tarot. I'm doing a reading for the end of 2021. It's kind of a joke. It's because I want to know what the year has to say to you about what happened and what it is you should remember, take notice of, maybe take with you in 2022, leave behind, whatever may be. So let's see what the cards have to say about what the year has to say. Or what the year was for you, in essence, right? And we have, oh, rock bottom. That's interesting. When we say we've hit rock bottom, it means you've hit the lowest point, right? You can't go any lower. It can only go up from there. Can only get better. Maybe you've had a situation where you felt, I mean, I don't know if you can see well on this image, but it's kind of, it's like an optical illusion on this drawing, but it's almost like you could be looking down into this very narrow, almost like a well, right? So looking down into this pit, this rock bottom. So, yeah, usually we say that when we've had enough of something, you know, that we can't, we don't want to go on. We're fed up. The positive thing about that is usually, again, you know, it's the fact that it can't get any worse, but usually, I don't know if it's really true, but I think that when you hit rock bottom, then usually you have a lot more energy to bounce back. Okay, it's almost like you know, you hit something and then you bounce, right? This is how I'm seeing it. So there's like momentum in the bounce. There's so momentum in the new direction, towards the new direction. It also feels like, you know, when you've really, how do you say, funneled, like, and went all the way, like, to the bottom of this thing, right? You went all in. There's a lot of concentration of energy there. That's why that when it does hit, I guess, the wall or like the dead end, it has to go somewhere. So the energy, the bounce back is as strong as the energy that you've put in to get there. Why am I putting the card back? Let's pull some tarot. I guess I didn't want the card again anymore. I wanted to put it back. That's funny. You know what I'm laughing about? That, you know, sometimes people come to tarot, it's supposed to be so serious, right? I don't always do it too seriously. I do. I mean, I always do it seriously. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I think it has to be fun as well, right? If you catch my drift. So I have the 9 of Cups, the 5 of Wands in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse, and the 6 of Swords. So to me, it speaks about a relationship. You've hit rock bottom in a relationship. It's the only card that's reversed. The 9 of Cups was, like I said, you put in so much energy towards this, right? There was so much concentration of all your wishes into this particular thing. I'm getting that you felt like you had no competition. You're like, the road was clear for you, right? It should have been like an easy win, or it should have been uncomplicated. And then this happened. Oops, you hit a wall. You hit a wall. And then what did you do? You took off in the other direction. This whole reading, I mean, it's so simplistic. It's crazy. I'm not even going to say it's simple. It's simplistic. I'm going to draw a card on the Two of Cups in reverse. I want to... Okay. 3 cards fell. There's more that fell, but only 3 turned. So I'm going to take those. The 9 of Swords. I want to understand what the disconnect was. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands, which are super positive cards here. So something that you really, really wished for, that should have been very easy to attain, uncomplicated. It was, the coast was clear, right? It was like in your line of sight. There was no obstacles. Suddenly, there's a disconnect. I mean, look at the stress on this card. I'm saying this because let me show you. The poor man, he's about to get burnt. And he's got all these swords hanging over his head, right? I mean, I would be stressed, wouldn't you? And it has to do with being stressed over something so positive, like of communicating with this particular Queen of Pentacles here. It's a nonsense. I mean, this whole reading is a nonsense. It's like, okay, look at this. It was supposed to be easy. It's something you wanted desperately. Not desperately, but wholeheartedly. You had the right person to, I guess, it's a love relationship. So this is the person you were engaging with. It was promising communication, promising back and forth. And then instead of this energy, since the 9 of Swords came out with these two, it's almost like it's sabotage. That's what it is. It's sabotage. It's like taking something easy, uncomplicated, and making sure that you're making it super complicated, impossible. This is really strange energy. And then, you know, 6 of Swords is moving on. It's like literally saying, it's so strange. I'm going to tell you what's strange, okay? If you hit rock bottom, in a sense, it's something you've had enough with, right? It's but it's usually something that you've had enough of, like it wasn't good, right? It wasn't good, so you want to stop it, and it was enough of something not being good and good for you. So it's absolutely logical and the right choice to make to let it go. In this case, it's something you really wanted that could have been like super, super nice, like really, really, I want to say fruitful, because she's abundant, and this is full communication, like being fully expressed, and it's also like it's the fullness. So I feel it's fruitful, right? It's I feel something, it was ripe, something was, yeah, ripe is the right word. Ripe is the right word. And then what is this? This is like sabotage, torture, self-torture. I'm not even sure it's real stress, but I have to give it to you that whatever you felt, you've experienced it as hitting rock bottom. That's for sure. I mean, I have to give you that, Scorpio. I'm going to say something, and it's really to be sort of taken with a grain of salt. Like, Scorpios, you can be very, how can I put it? Well, it's hard to make you change your mind, for one, and it's also hard to make you change your point of view. So if you're convinced about something, you know, something is not good, or something is a particular way, right? You're gonna stay very fixated on, no, that's what it is. You've labeled it, and it's sometimes unfortunate, because once it's labeled, you don't give it a second glance. You don't try to, you know, I don't know, give it a chance, or listen to whoever, or I mean, it could be anything, right? I'm just saying there's just no way for you to change your mind about it. And sometimes that is to your detriment. I mean, it's could be very useful, but sometimes it could play against you, right? Because you're not always right. And it's okay to be wrong, right? To make mistakes, it's okay. But I mean, that's not what I'm saying happened. It just feels here that you made up your mind about something, and you were convinced it was stressful. You've decided to disconnect, and you've started to move on, because you felt you've hit rock bottom. That's what it is. And all I can tell you is the cards are showing me that you might have left a good thing, that it wasn't something negative. You know, you might have left the situation a little too fast, or turned your back on someone or something out of your own stubbornness, or, you know, okay, 2 cards. Thought, which, you know, resembles the 9 of Swords here, and then in due time. That's interesting. Maybe maybe there's a glimmer of hope here that you'll change your thinking about the situation or the person, right? Hopefully that's what it is. Maybe in 2022. Interesting. Think back to 2002. Who knows what happened? It was a slip of the tongue, right? So think back to that year as well. Yeah, so maybe in 2022, maybe you'll be thinking, looking at this situation in a very different light. And the in due time for me tells me there might have been, you know, some hurt associated with the disconnect here. So it would be normal to process, like to take time to process, to get over, you know. Anyways, so I hope it resonated. I don't know if it's everyone's story, probably not. As you know, readings can sometimes be specific and they're just not yours, so you don't you know, take some, leave some, right? I'm gonna have to say now, please like, share, and subscribe. I have to start saying it, I just forget. So on that note, I'll see you soon, and yeah, Happy New Year. Bye, Scorpio.